All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to the weekly update of things that are happening across the different businesses that I'm working on. First off is Temper Tantrum performed at South L.A. Pride this past weekend. It was a fantastic venue. It was a lot of fun just being on stage with the team again. I think it's been close to almost 2 years since the team got to be on a public stage, not something that we did in-house. I think the last time we actually performed on stage was Universal Rhythm for the show, and then all last year was just focused on oh no, actually correction, the last time we did was last year at MixMatch. So it's been a year. So majority of last year was focused on filming Universal Rhythm Revisited, our short film, and then from August and on, we're doing a lot of stage shows, a lot of live performances for other events, and then towards the end of the year, we're going to be producing our own show. So it was actually pretty nice being at a different venue that wasn't something that we weren't doing ourselves, because it's so much nicer not having to think about the logistical ends of putting together a show, promoting it. We just show up as talent and do the thing. One of the things that we really do well, in my opinion, with Temper Tantrum is that we're mindful of the audience that we're trying to perform for. If this is they specifically said this was a family-friendly event, so we took out all the curse words. We made the choreography and the freestyles as family-friendly as possible. It was much more high energy, engaging with the crowd, versus if we're going to do something for, say, the dance community, or we're an exhibition for a competition, we're going to make it a little bit more heavy in the musicality, a lot more moments, and definitely more catered to that dance audience. So I think that's one of the things that we do really well. We put together a 15-minute set within 2 rehearsals. This is that's the pace that Temper Tantrum usually works at. We just spent a good chunk of this year really up-leveling some of the talent that came in. So the coordinators and the people that put the event together loved our performance, and they said they would love to have us come back. So, which is a great thing, because this is one of the things that we wanted to do, essentially build relationships with them, because we did share a booking fee with them, but we were open to completely leaving that off the table, so that way we can just be on stage. And also the byproduct of that is to show proof of concept to other Pride festivals that we've been on a Pride stage. People can trust us to entertain the crowd and engage them, so that way we can get booked for other Pride events as well. So playing a little bit more of the long game here. So after that, we went to IKEA because we had a little bit of time. So we filmed a couple of silly merch promos for Temper Tantrum. Speaking of which, you can grab that right now. Links are down below if you want to grab a crew neck, a regular shirt, and a hoodie, and along with that, a forever discount if you rock this at any of our upcoming shows. Going to IKEA, I think, is one of the funnest ways to create stuff without having to go on set, because a lot of their showrooms are already well lit. They're beautiful. Obviously, be respectful to the patrons there, to the customers, to the people. Obviously, the people who work there. Be respectful to, and also the location. We weren't destructive. We respected everything, and the fact that it's a really good spot for virtually zero cost, and there's also food there. Huge bonus. This was also kind of inspired by an old show that I think Randall Park used to be a part of, called IKEA Heights, where they filmed an entire drama, comedy, or sitcom, I forget, where they filmed an entire series in IKEA. You can still see in the footage, you can still see customers walking around. You can still see the price tags and everything. So, and I've seen other people on Instagram and TikTok to do product shoots as well. So I figured we can do this as well. As long as we are not, causing a disturbance, hurting or breaking anything, we should be fine. And we managed to film a whole bunch of really fun ideas in the different showrooms. In terms of coming up with ideas, everything was very collaborative on the spot. No idea was wrong. Whoever came up with an idea, we essentially popcorned off things we can build off it, and we just made it happen. So the following day, August 11th, we filmed another batch of reactions. Street Dance Girls Fighter, World Street Woman Fighter should be cut. We'll be dropping those accordingly every week. We also recorded a couple other things that we're going to be releasing on YouTube, like Illit, Baguio or BGYO, some more beanie stuff, and those will be coming. Those will be releasing first on Patreon and then on YouTube. The next performance and projects for Temper Tantrum this weekend and next weekend, we're going to be filming for Temper Tantrum School of Rock, which is essentially about 8 of the members from Temper Tantrum learning how to play an instrument and then performing it live in front of an audience next week. A lot of them don't know how to play an instrument. They're going to be doing a live performance and cover to My Chemical Romance's I'm Not Okay. So it should be fun. Should be a lot of fun. We haven't filmed this segment in a while. So the next performance is Alhambra Block Party, which is happening September 6th. We're going to be performing a short number between 5 to 7 minutes and then teaching a class. So if you happen to be in Alhambra or the El Sereno area near Stomping Ground, that's what it's likely going to be. So come through. In terms of Vision Paradox, we're going to be doing another round of filming this month for some of our clients. So generally we like to film a lot of, we batch film and film a lot of content every month to build consistency, but also we have variety. It goes back to me building a nice little baseline of consistency before we start playing. So for this batch, we're going to do more or less the same. And then the next round of filming, we're going to be experimenting with different formats and types of videos that we film. The main thing that we try to focus on is consistency through low cost, low pressure type of content that has high impact in terms of letting them be consistent. But this can be through testimonials. This can be through Q&A of the most obvious thing about their service. It can be via podcasts, reaction videos, very low cost. It doesn't require us to book a space. It doesn't require a whole camera crew, but it does let them be consistent, at least weekly in terms of long-term format for YouTube and daily in terms of the shorts, because that allows some sort of baseline of what type of content is working in terms of the subject matter, the format. Again, I mean, reaction content, all that stuff, very, very easy format that everyone can do. That can be the baseline content for now in terms of at least getting them out there. The main thing for them is to get something out there about either for the comedy client, about their material, about, you know, a lot of comedians do podcasts, just sharing about current events. The security company is just sharing about an event that happened, testimonials we've filmed, behind the scenes Q&A, like essentially just educating the customer first, because that's a good place to start. And then we experiment. So next thing is Ochacha Summer Nights event was this past Sunday, August 10th. It was a sold out night show and then only 5 seats left for the day show, which is, I think, fantastic. That's close to sold out. Great turnout. It was nice seeing all these people come in for the entire experience. The band did great. The dancers did great. The butlers did a fantastic job. So so the whole experience for everyone who was there had a great time. So this is a pretty big milestone for Ochacha to complete. One of the big things that they're taking into consideration now is venue. The venue, though it's sold out, it got pretty cramped, and which is because it was of a small space. Food was great, everything else was great, but it was a little bit tight, and they may resort into a different venue for their upcoming pop-up. Okay, so in terms of Emeroy TV, still working on projects that are backlogged, primarily the reactions, and then as I try to keep up with everything else. In terms of Emeroy the dancer, I'm doing back into regular training after this. I'm probably going to go to the gym after I film this, do a little bit of freestyle sessioning, get the body moving, and then I think in a couple weeks, Six Flags rehearsals starts up. So I'm the swing. That means I have to learn all the choreography that they have. In terms of me maintaining my skills between gigs, aside from classes that I can somehow fit in, it's just doing the freestyle dance training after lifting. Because what I used to do was morning training and night training, but that took a lot more in terms of the resources of time, because driving there, going back, warming up, figured I just batch the whole process of activity. So one drive, workout, then I do a little bit of a rest, then I do the dance training, so I don't have to, so that way I don't have multiple drives going to the gym, and I don't have to re-warm up. So that just means I have to make sure that I eat properly before going to the gym, and I do a little bit of a decent rest in between the workouts. So that's it. Lesson of the week. This is something I saw earlier this morning. It kind of fucked me up. I had a little bit of a breakdown. I cried. This one is approximately 75% of the total time parents will spend with their children in their lifetime happens by the time the child turns 12. And by the time the child reaches 18, it's an estimated 90% of the parent-child time has already passed. So that's not exactly like proof or like statistically true, because I had ChatGPT try to look for it, and it showed like with the Bureau of Labor Statistics and all that stuff. It's not exactly, there's no exact backing to that, but it more or less is the message being the parent child time diminishes, or a lot of the parent child time happens before the teen years. And the reason I'm sharing that one is because I guess the lesson, or just something to reflect on, is like sometimes maybe your greatest victories might not be worth it if it means sacrificing the time with something that matters to you. Like another example that comes to mind is like, what if you win? What if whatever dream you have, having $1 million, winning the lottery, whatever it is, what if you have that, but within the following minute you get a phone call saying, so your mom, dad, child, or whoever you love dearly has passed, freak accident or whatever. Then it puts things into perspective of like, how important was that really? Like, this $1 million doesn't have as much value compared to losing the thing that, or person that you value most. So, and then I guess it was really like a chain of thought kind of thing for me. Like, and personally has got me reflecting more on this than usual, because I know why I'm doing this, but the reasons to keep going are getting harder because of the amount of time that essentially is being sacrificed in the chase. Yeah, that's a little bit of like some honest personal thoughts on that lesson, or maybe something to reflect on. So yeah, hope that tickled your brain in some sort of way, if you guys happen to still be in this part of the video. But appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.